Hey guys, Jennifer Don Gabiola, and today I wanted to talk about the turtle way. I'm titling this Facebook Live "Win the Turtle Way," and I talk a lot about this in our Quiet Voice Big Impact community. Um, you'll see that the daily prompts and how I really leverage this way of working in order to create sustainable success. So first off, I want to talk about what is the turtle way. So a lot of people associate with creating success with like if you think about the tortoise and the hare, like a lot of people are like, okay, I gotta move fast, like the hare. And I have found as an introvert that I've tried it that way, trying to force myself and hustle and rush and not rest, and it's just not, it doesn't work for me personally. So that's why I just came up with the phrase the turtle way, because I have found that when you honor your own pace and you honor your own natural creative process, your instincts, and then you move at your natural rhythm, then you then create sustainable success. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today, is that when you honor your natural pace and just take small, consistent steps forward, then you're able to create a strategy that combines like the slow and steady progress and giving yourself permission to like retreat in your shell and to recharge. Because as you know, as an introvert, it's really important that you recharge your energy, right? So you always, every day, have regular quiet time, stillness to really recharge your energy. So, before I wanted to keep going, I wanted to share, I'm wearing this vintage jacket. It's kind of hard to tell here, but it's green and it has all these animals all over it. So I thought, oh, okay, since we're talking about the turtle way, I thought I'd wear this like vintage number, green with all these animals. So, all right, so the turtle way. So I also want to talk about what it's not, because I think a lot of people think the turtle way, what is that? It's not, it doesn't mean that you're slow or you're behind or you're not current or you're underachiever or you're lazy, or even that you're slow to get results like making money and attracting like ideal clients. I think that's people associate, if you operate at a slower pace, that somehow you won't get results or you won't be successful. But I feel like that's not true for introverts. So because when you naturally own your natural pace and rhythm, you make deliberate steps. So that's what I wanted to talk about, specifically, is the turtle way. What it is about being deliberate and discerning, intentional, because you're trusting your instincts and you honor your natural pace and process. Therefore, you make steady progress. Slow is not a bad thing. I really feel like slow doesn't mean behind. Slow for me means deliberate. You're moving at your natural pace. You're listening, you're tuning in every day, you're listening, you're tuning in, and you're feeling your way forward. And I find that that's really the only way for me, personally, to create success in a way that feels sustainable to my well-being and to my energy. So I just wanted to clarify what the turtle way is not and what it actually is. So, and I thought it would be helpful if I share like what, how I use this turtle way like on my day-to-day, how I use it in my business, and just in life in general, how I apply this turtle way. Hey, Carissa, nice to see you again. Today we're talking about the turtle way, so let me know if this resonates with you. So back to what I was saying, this turtle way, how I apply it personally to like my life is what I recognize, and what helps me from getting overwhelmed is I feel into the day. Like, I'm going to call this the turtle way day, my typical turtle way day. I put a lot of value in focusing on just what I need to do today. Because I recognize that when I'm super present, and I can forgive myself for what I've done in the past, but when I'm super present, I can consciously create my future. So for me, I get still. Like what that means is like I really don't focus on like what am I going to do 5 years from now. I just need to focus on what can I do today to really be deeply attuned to what needs to be done today. So therefore, my future, I'm planting seeds so I can really consciously create my future, right? That's really helpful for me because I don't get overwhelmed because I literally just focus on feeling into myself and praying, meditating, and then receiving the divine downloads in order to receive what I need to know to do that day. So for example, what I do, like when I wake up, I get still, okay? And so I like to pray, but if you like to meditate, but it's really important that you just get really still. And what's helpful is to acknowledge the blessings that you have, because it's really important that you appreciate what you have in order to attract more of what you want. If you're constantly thinking, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, then you're going to miss what you actually already have. So acknowledging and having that deep appreciation for the blessings you have really helps set the right vibe for your day, sets the right tone for your day. So so you get still and then acknowledge what you have, the blessings that you have. And then the next thing I ask myself is, what is it do I need today? So I really feel into that. Like sometimes I'll wake up tired, so maybe I'll take a little bit more time to get my day started. Or I may feel like I need to go outside and take a walk, clear my head. But I ask myself in the moment, I say super present, what do I need in this moment? What do I need today? And then I ask God, you can ask God, life, the universe, what am I meant to know today? What am I meant to receive today? And this is where you essentially become a channel. You listen, right? You really close your eye. I like to close my eyes and I get really still and I feel and receive the divine download. Like, what am I supposed to know today? What am I supposed to receive today? And really, if you get really still and get really quiet, you can feel a small, still voice inside of you directing your steps, right? Really giving you divine nudges on what to do. And even if you don't get anything like clear right at that moment, set an intention that you will receive the guidance that you need today. And then notice throughout the day what messages you receive, what conversations you have, what signs. Synchronicities are ways in which God, life, the universe talks to you. So pay attention. It's really important that you pay attention. Ask for the guidance and then notice what comes up in your life to receive. And then I also ask, who am I meant to help? Because, you know, as having a business, it's really important for me to really stay in the spirit of service. So, for example, sometimes I'll ask like, okay, who am I meant to help? And then sometimes throughout the day, if I notice maybe someone's post, a particular person, but I keep seeing their posts throughout the day, or their face pops up in my mind, I pay attention to that because, again, I feel like that's how God communicates to you. It's just, there's no coincidences, really. So when you really come from this place of like, okay, I'm being used as a channel for good, and how you choose to show up in excellence each day is meant to like help the higher good, then you feel deeply attuned and connected, and you feel like you know, you're doing your part. Like for me, doing these videos on a regular basis, you know, it's kind of challenging, kind of uncomfortable, but I could feel I got this divine nudge, this guidance to do this. So whenever I feel like, oh, I don't know, maybe I can skip this day or not do it this day, I think about, okay, what message do I need to share today? What is it that needs to be expressed through me? And so that helps me to focus less on how I'm being perceived and focusing more on like, how can I best help? How can I best serve people? So, okay, and then the last part, which I find to be the most fun part of this process is to tune into yourself by giving yourself permission to express yourself in whatever way that feels good for you. So you could journal, you could dance, you could, whatever you enjoy doing. But for me, what I absolutely love and what really helps me express my essence and who I am is through style. So even though I work primarily from home, I still get dressed, even if it's just from the top up. I always tell this to my clients and students because I have a lot of these video calls. They all like be on point from the waist up, and then the bottoms are like pajamas, you know. But I do that, you know. I feel into. I go to my closet and I feel into what do I feel moved to wear, and to me, what I wear then feels like I'm adorning myself in a sacred way. This is a sacred expression for me. I'm not trying to follow a trend. I'm not trying to like impress anybody. It's really me tuning into myself, right? So for me, I wanted to wear something green today. So I was looking in my closet and this number, here, I'll stand up so you can see. Has a lot of green, kind of like a jungle sort of vibe here. And I love that it's vintage and I love sequins. And then I was like, well, what can I do so it's kind of fresh? So I wore this purple lipstick, this lilac lavender lipstick. And I never know what I'm going to wear, but again, I feel into it. I mean, I changed probably a couple of times before this video because I was like, because I was trying to find the right vibe. So I would try on other things. I'm like, no, that's not quite right. No, this is quite right. So when I put this on in combination with the lipstick, I was like, okay, yeah, this feels right. It feels on point for this moment. And only you can discern what that is. But again, it's to me why style is such a sacred practice. And I'm going to share a video about this a little bit more if you're interested in this. It really, as an introvert, I'm naturally very reserved, right? I'm naturally on the reserved side. So for me, style gives me permission to be like super expressive, super daring, bold, just unapologetic. You know, because like I always talk about in our group, you can be quiet and fierce. And so for me, showing up and wearing things that I'm totally feeling, like for me, that gets my vibe right. That gets my frequency right. And the right people feel me. So I wanted to include this as a part of my practice, my daily practice, like this turtle way daily practice, is because the whole goal is for you to feel deeply attuned with yourself and to be an open channel to receive what needs to be done every day. That way you feel like you're in concert with life. You're in concert with how life is flowing and how God, life, the universe is directing your steps. Because for me, what the game changer for me was to realize that I am a part of something. I'm not isolated, trying to like prove my worth through my work. I'm actually a part of something greater. So that was very freeing for me to recognize that, okay, I'm being called to just not be perfect, but just to do my best each day. And that is enough. That is enough. And so this whole turtle way philosophy that I have, it's really about honoring who you naturally are, your natural strengths, how you're naturally built. You have a natural rhythm. If it's slower than some people, then okay. But again, I'd rather you focus on being true to yourself and be discerning every step of the way and taking steps that are very deliberate to you, rather than like being frantic and moving fast and just doing things because you see other people doing them. Because you're not trying to be anyone else. You're trying to the whole purpose of this is to own your lane. What's yours is yours, right? You're really not ultimately in competition with anyone else. You are really, I guess, not a competition, but you're really gauging against yourself, right? Every day you want to have the intention that you naturally and organically grow and expand. That's the whole point of this, right? Because we're not meant to stay stagnant. And so the turtle way, why I find it to be refreshing, is that you move at your natural pace and you honor your natural rhythm, and that counts. Because I think sometimes in our society, it's like you have to move fast or you have to like have quick results or else you're not successful. And I feel like that's not true. I feel like, for me personally, I've been in my business for over 8 years, and it's been slow and steady. I grow every year, and it's because I am deliberate with my energy, with my time, who I choose to work with, right? So I hope this is helpful for you. So let's see. Krista says, I read somewhere people feel better when they're dressed, like more confidence. Yeah, so about this whole style thing, like I said, I'll do a separate video on this. It's really about like when you allow yourself to wear what you love, you tap into like the essence of who you are. You tap into you create that resonance within yourself. So then there's like a congruence, there's an alignment, And so what I found is when you wear something that you love, you're tapping into that alignment, and so everything kind of merges together. And so you're not attached to the material thing. It's just a external expression of how you feel on the inside. And that level of resonance and attunement is really how you become magnetic, right? Let's see. Beautiful. Listening to a calling voice inside can lead to interesting situations, like doing something crazy or meeting someone you can click with immediately. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's like the secret sauce of this like turtle way. It's about discernment. It's really about creating resonance, honoring how you're naturally built, and then ultimately what you're doing is you're creating resonance within yourself, right? So when you give yourself the space and grace to move at your own pace, then you ultimately win your race. Hey, I didn't mean to like create a rhyme there, but that's the truth. Like when you are so attuned to yourself, then you step into this natural flow of life, and people can feel that. They can feel like when you're when you're feeling yourself, the right people will feel you, and they feel like, okay, there's no force. It's just there's a natural flow to life, and then you then operate from a place of overflow instead of this like when you go against the current, it's like it feels forced, right? You feel stressed out, and you feel just not aligned, right? Fast equals success, slow equals failure, according to society. Yes, and I feel like that's like really a big reason why I wanted to talk about this, because our society does talk about how if you're to be successful, it needs to be fast. And if your success is slow, that means there's something wrong with it, and there's nothing wrong with it. I feel people, when you see people really succeed in a prolific way, people assume it was overnight. But if you really research people who have really tapped into their greatness, it took a long time. It took a long time because it's like you brick by brick, you take one step at a time, and people don't see that. And sometimes I feel like in our society, because people want instant results, instant gratification, that's why people don't put a lot of weight into going slower, especially on social media, because like you want the quick hit, you want the quick like wow, it's just. But I don't feel like that's really a accurate depiction of what it really takes to create success. Not sustainable success, at least, right? So, okay, cool. So if this resonates with you, would love for you to contact me, and I'm offering some complimentary discovery sessions right now to help you map out your new year, especially honoring your pace and really creating this sustainable success with this process, this turtle way. So everyone's process is different, but I wanted to share my process because whenever I talk about this philosophy with other introverts, they resonate, is because it's like finally someone's talking about it. And I feel like, our process needs to be validated, and it helps to have like someone guide you, to create that success on your own terms, but in a way that gives you life. It doesn't drain you. Because I think sometimes we feel like, oh my God, I have to burn myself out in order to be successful. And that's not the case. It's really about like, your success can feel nourishing. I wish I had learned that a long time ago when I started. Your success can feel nourishing. It can feel spacious. It can feel full of ease and grace and fun and light, not this sort of burden, heavy. I I gotta work. No, I mean, I feel like to some degree everyone can identify with that, but really your work is meant to feel fulfilling and enjoyable and life affirming. That's the goal. So that's what I talk about, like with this turtle way philosophy. So, okay, guys, if you would like to schedule a complimentary discovery call, you can email me at info@dawningsoul.com or send me a private message, and I'm happy to connect. Yeah, I feel like this is a really important topic to talk about because of that association that people assume to be successful. It has to be fast, quick results, and then slow. It means there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's really when you can just let up on yourself and allow yourself to be who you are. That's the magic that will be unlocked for you to create that success that no one then can touch, because no one can be you. No one can like do it. Maybe you're in an industry where there's a lot of people that do similar things, but no one can be you. No one can do it the way you do. And so that is a definitely a blessing and a gift. So the sooner that you can like really own that for yourself, own your lane, that is really what's going to set you apart and make you memorable, top of mind, and an expert in the right people's minds. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for y'all for watching live. Would love to know what your biggest takeaway is. So you can tag me in the group. If you have any questions, you can also tag me. And then I have some more topics coming up, especially the one about style. That's something I could talk about all day because I love just the topic of really this sacred process of tuning into your inner self, your essence, and then giving yourself permission to express that, because that is really the secret sauce. When you create that resonance, that energetic resonance, hands down, that's really your magic. So. And I hope that this talk on the Turtle Way helps to start that process for you, right? Okay, guys. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. And I will be back. Bye.